Andrew had a relationship of some sort with Virginia Roberts. She is the woman that Prince Andrew's got his arm around in this photo, dated 2001. At this point, she's 17. She subsequently alleged that Prince Andrew had sex with her 3 times.
Tonight we are unpacking a new twist yet in the ongoing downfall of Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, a man stripped of every title, evicted from his Windsor mansion, humiliated globally for his long partnership with a convicted criminal and disgraced financier, now insisting to friends that this loss is apparently the greatest moment of his life. Before we get into the latest saga, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss an update. According to insiders, the former prince believes he is freer than he has been in decades. And while his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, packs her bags at Royal Lodge and prepares to find her own accommodation, Andrew is cracking jokes about dating apps, planning pub nights, and talking about throwing parties again. All while the latest Epstein email leaks are still being investigated.
It's been revealed that Prince Andrew hosted the late ex-offender Jeffrey Epstein as well as Ghislaine Maxwell and Harvey Weinstein at the Royal Lodge, the publicly owned home where he effectively lives rent-free after he paid for its renovation.
Emails where Epstein himself states that Andrew did know Virginia Giuffre and had been photographed with her. Emails which completely destroy Andrew's famous claim that he had no recollection of her and no knowledge of the photograph. So tonight, we examine his so-called Plan B, his behaviour inside Royal Lodge, his odd sense of triumph, and what this means for the monarchy as their most scandalous figure tries to reinvent himself as a carefree commoner. Most people expected Andrew to sink into further humiliation after King Charles formally stripped him of the title Prince, the style HRH, and every remaining royal honour. Legal documents were signed. Letters patent were issued. Even in the last 48 hours, the British press has confirmed that his insignia plaques have been removed from various buildings. His name has been taken off royal literature. He has effectively been erased from every ceremonial role. Yet, according to friends who spoke with Radar Online, Andrew is not devastated. He is delighted. One source said his mood has done a complete 180, that he is now walking around saying it is a weight off his shoulders not having to pretend to be a royal. He has reportedly joked about signing up for dating apps. He has talked about hitting the pub like a regular man. He has floated the idea of hosting parties again. And he apparently introduces himself as Mr. Windsor, with a proud little flourish. A long-time associate said, Andrew claims he is more down to earth, that he is enjoying being a commoner because, in his words, he can live like everyone else, but with a nicer bottle on the table. It is the sort of line only Andrew would find charming. This is a shocking twist, knowing what we know about Andrew and his latest humiliation at Windsor. But it's not all it appears to be. This behaviour is strange, unexpected, and comes at a staggering time, because in the last few days, more damaging documents have surfaced. Epstein states she had been photographed with Andrew. This directly contradicts Andrew's famous denials and the line he pushed in his BBC interview that he had absolutely no recollection of her. The emails that were released also disprove Andrew's insistence that he cut off contact with Epstein in 2010. He writes about continued communication with Andrew well after that date. American lawmakers have given him a deadline to respond to a request for a transcribed interview. At a time when any rational person would be panicking, Andrew is apparently discussing dating apps. It is a surreal contrast. And just as this story takes on a stranger tone, Andrew has now broken cover for the first time since the title-stripping humiliation. After weeks hiding inside Royal Lodge, the disgraced former prince was spotted yesterday morning on horseback near Windsor Castle. He rode out with a companion, appearing calm and almost casual. This marks his first appearance in public since the scandal erupted again with the latest Epstein emails. He has spent days inside the mansion, waiting for his move to the Sandringham estate. While he plays at being carefree, Royal Lodge is entering chaos behind closed doors. Reports state that Sarah Ferguson has been told to find her own accommodation. She will not be given a grace and favour property. She will not be offered any royal home. When Andrew leaves for his new residence on the Sandringham estate, she will not be going with him. She has been privately told that the King's decision is final. Yet, insiders say Andrew still insists on being treated as HRH by his staff. He has made it clear that palace rules do not apply within his walls. Butlers still call him Your Royal Highness. Staff still bow or curtsy. Andrew has declared this is his birthright and not something the king can erase. This sense of entitlement has been whispered about for years, but now, during his final days in the property, it appears to be intensifying rather than diminishing. The public is not surprised. Insiders who worked for him have described decades of arrogance, tantrums, and shockingly childish behaviour.
What were some of the biggest revelations about working for the Duke of York?
Yeah, so Tom Quinn's released this really kind of humorous book in a way, talking about, the lives of the staff at the palaces. What is it really like being, a maid or a butler to a member of the royal family?
Former royal maid Charlotte Briggs famously revealed that Andrew kept 72 teddy bears on his bed at Buckingham Palace. She spent half an hour each day arranging them in a precise formation. If one was slightly out of place, he would reportedly shout. Other staff claimed he would bully and humiliate employees, making bizarre and often petty demands. He was known to scream if instructions were not carried out exactly as he wanted. Stories about his behaviour travelled through the palace corridors for years. Now that his titles have been stripped, these old rumours have resurfaced with renewed force. The public is re-examining every allegation, every story, every complaint. And Andrew's new carefree attitude is doing little to counter any of it. Every visual sign of Andrew's royal identity is being removed. His role in the Falklands War, once a point of pride, is now overshadowed by scandal. His photograph has been taken down in some official settings. His insignia plaques have been quietly removed. He has become a ghost in his own family, not invited to events, not included in official announcements, not referenced in speeches. The king's legal moves have formalised what many believed years ago. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor is no longer considered a working member of the royal family in any capacity. His reinvention as Mr. Windsor is not an official rebrand. It is self-created, and it carries no legitimacy beyond the walls of Royal Lodge. So where does all of this leave Andrew?
Sources have claimed that Prince Andrew and his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson have been told they are not welcome at the royal family's Christmas celebrations amid fresh allegations surrounding their involvement with pedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein.
We have a man without titles, without duties, without prestige, without allies in the palace, and without public support. Yet he is speaking as if he has been released from chains. He is making jokes about dating apps. He is talking about pub nights. He is planning parties and foreign trips, seen horseback riding, only days before the United States Congress is expecting his formal response to their request for a transcribed interview about his long-standing relationship with Epstein. It is almost theatrical, a kind of denial dressed up as optimism. Sarah Ferguson is packing. The staff bowing ritual continues for now. The emails hang over him like storm clouds. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor continues to live in a bubble where he is simultaneously a commoner and still a prince in his own head. The monarchy has made its position clear. The public has made its judgment. Only Andrew remains convinced that this is the beginning of a bright new era. Tell me in the comments, do you believe Andrew is genuinely relieved? Or is this a delusion created to save face? And do you think he will attempt a real comeback or simply retreat into private fantasy? Make sure to subscribe so you never miss the next chapter in this extraordinary saga.